In terms of the setup, as we said, your distance from the golf ball varied from shot to shot, partly because when you set to the golf ball, you'd put the ball down, you would set your feet roughly where you thought they should be, and then from there you would then sort of just lean forward. That, I would say, is probably not a bad position there, because the ball's further away. You just stretched out and you put yourself in that sort of rounded back here now, leaning over the ball quite a lot, quite a big gap from your hands to your legs there. And as a result of that, when you swung, your spine had to rise up, yeah? So now you're lifting up in the backswing. You've now got to try and reach out for that golf ball. Now again, because of your just general hand-eye coordination, as you said, very, very good. You could adjust to it sometimes, 3 out of 5 maybe. If you get the same shot from the same part of the mat on the same drive range with the same club, you've probably got a nice little groove all over and over again. But then when you take it to a golf course, the variance of obviously different length clubs, yeah? So some clubs you stand close, some clubs you stand further away. You'll have ball above your feet, ball below your feet. All these different things come into it. And if you're having to adjust every single time, when the ball's only, less than 2 inches and the club head's about 4 inches, not a lot of hitting space, yeah? And if you miss it a golf ball, there's a greater consequence. So when you were getting set to that golf ball there now, as we said, you were sort of rounding off that back, sort of quite hunched down there. This movement here on the right-hand side, you can see your back there, a lot more straighter. So putting the club in there, tilting forward, and then keeping your back. I would say there is perfect, yeah? And if you look at that spot, maybe a smidgen more knee flex there, but I think in the second you do flex, use a little more. But getting into that position, you've got that straighter, your arms are hanging down. That one's, I say, a little bit further because you stretch it into it. Okay, you may have moved in your feet there. I think you did your practice swing there. That to me is where your arms should be hanging down nicely. You've got a good straight back. And then on this one here, when you sort of set the golf ball, you shuffled your feet in a little bit closer. I think maybe there you go. And then you tilt, there you go. So that to me, from a sort of just a visual point of view, that one there, as you agreed, and I think I'm sure you see from a long-term perspective, getting those sort of 3 parts of the lower back, the shoulder blades, and top of your head there, more in line. Whereas this one is, quite a bit of gap there for the head, yeah. So getting yourself over the ball in a better position. And like I say, just from this becomes a more constant distance. Happy days, yeah. That's a good thing. Back being straighter, hips have got more chance to rotate and the shoulders can rotate. That's a good thing from your health going forward. So when you swing a golf club now, without any thought at all, did we say to keep your head still or keep your head down? I never said that once, did I? Look at your head movement. You're just rotating around that green line, aren't you, yeah? You're not lifting at all, yeah? Whereas this one, you're down there. Oh, there you go. You move up for it because you have to. Yeah, your back's in such a way it can't fit. I mean, unless you've got some human flexibility. If you start down here, I mean, your back now, once it gets to there, can't go there. So what's it going to do? Either has to do this or that one, or a combination of both. So then you either hit the ground behind the ball, if you do the sway version, or if you stand up, you top it. Or a combination of both. All right? So getting in a good posture for me, I say from a health perspective, give you more sort of longevity with the swing, and then you've got to just get used to how far that ball is away from you without the need to kind of stretch where the ball used to be. In your mind, the ball used to be over here somewhere, so there will be occasions where you reach out for where a ball used to be. But that's where you have to almost unlearn your instincts. But you've been playing golf for not that long, relatively, so you can make that adjustment. If you did that for 10 or 15 minutes and then try to change it later on, it'll be a nightmare. Yeah? So the better we can start off, get a good setup, always start generally feetish together, club down behind the golf ball, get your posture. I say to start with, put the club. I think for you when you first play, you might feel a bit conscious doing that. So I practice that at home to the point where you know what that feels like, yeah? So you just can't not do it, yeah? Because you imagine, and I know what it's like, you're on the golf course, you're on that first and they go, what the fuck are you doing that to me? And then if you hit a bad, they go, what's the point, yeah? So you'll feel conscious doing it, okay? So just get used to getting in that position over and over again. And I think as long as you've seen yourself in that position, both in this session today, in your practice, and if again you want to do some shots at home or practice shots on the range, send a photograph of it, how does it look? I can sort of thumbs up or thumbs down and go, well, maybe you've gone a bit too far. There's a potential you could overdo your hips, but at the moment I doubt it, so just be mindful of that. Obviously you want to have like a curve in your spine that way, so just be careful. But yeah, once you get in a habit of how this position looks, and you don't feel so conscious when you get into that position, because when you first did that, you felt like you were really sort of sticking your back to that and your chin was up, thinking, how the hell am I going to play golf from there? Once you realise that's really quite a neutral position, you're not going to feel so conscious, are you? So, make sense, yeah? Yeah. Cool. Okay, mate, have a couple more then. We'll see how we go from there. Okay, buddy?